Welcome back to TrippTalk. We got a super dope show for y'all today. Today we got a feel-good story, an inspirational story that we had to share. Today's show is going to, like I said, be one of inspiration, motivation, determination, and proclamation. Yeah, I Jesse Jackson, y'all. But we're gonna be doing all of this, talking with today's with our honored guest from today, who is from Loyola University, New Orleans. He's a freshman basketball player. He will be entering as a freshman this year. He's also Arlington, Texas, RWG STEM Academy's own salutatorian for this year. Noah Goines, man. What's up, dude? How you feeling?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Hey man, welcome to the show. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look now, but what the audience don't know, Noah reached out to me not too long ago, and he sent me a screenshot of a message that basically went back and forth with him and my son. My son did a video when he was back in school at ACU, and um, kind of just the message that he sent. We'll show it later, but the message that he sent kind of blew my mind when I got it and read it because again, you do things and you don't really know the impact that you'll have on other people by just sharing your story, just by being transparent. And I know at a time when my son did these videos, he wasn't in the best mental place as a person, so he did this out of that pain. And to again, I just want to put out there that again, in our pain sometimes, in our transparency sometimes, we can help others to get where they need to go in life. And again, I know, Noah, you put in heck of work yourself. So I don't want to say, hey, this was the key that turned the engine. But at the same time, I do want to kind of use your story to hopefully do the same thing for that next youth, for that next athlete that might go through the same things that you'll describe today that you went through, so that you can help somebody have a better quality of life. So again, I salute you
Right.
for just being available to do this today. And again, thank you, man.
Thank you for having me today. Thank you for
Hey,
having me.
hey, no worries at all. Let's just jump right in, man. I like I mentioned, and I'll post this, and you'll see it on the interview when you're looking in there. But you sent me this inbox message that we posted, and basically it was a short back and forth with you and my son, and basically when I look at it. Can you just describe a little bit mentally where you were when when you saw the video, when you came across it,
Mm.
and then kind of the message and even the response? Did that response help you in any way? And then the second part to that, being that he was a stranger to you or at the time or whatever, um, how did looking at something else or somebody maybe in a similar situation just help you to kind of say, hey, look, let me pick up my stuff and let me attack this.
Mm. Well, at the time, I was a freshman in high school, my freshman year, and my goal was to get a scholarship to play basketball, right? And
Okay.
so and so I didn't really have a lot of people that really believed in me. I was always kind of like picked on a lot, and I was
Hmm.
always told how I wouldn't really be successful where I'm at now. And so
Right.
when I came across the video, he was just the way he was his work ethic and just the way he carried himself, and he had a lot of belief in himself, and it just really like inspired me, like, and it motivated me. And so I commented, and just having because he to me he was like he was D1, he was living my dream, and so I
Hmm.
really looked up to that. And so to have him really say that he believed in me, and to have him, like someone as big as him, like really believe in me when I didn't really believe in myself at the time, it meant a lot. And so it really kind of motivated me, and
Wow.
just inspired me to work and put my head down, just grind to get where I'm at.
Wow. Man, so I did a little research myself on you, and in that, I came across something, and I think maybe even in your speech, and we'll get to that later. But I think you said your coach even asked you, why you still playing basketball? I know
Yeah,
at that moment that's got to be a tough one, right? You're like, I'm in practice. I'm in my mind. I'm going hard. I'm giving it everything I got,
right.
And you say that to me? You know, like like you said, your dream was to earn this scholarship. So hearing that by somebody that kind of holds the keys in this situation to
Mhm.
get you on the court, what was that? I mean, what was it in that, or when did that switch just happen? When it's like, you know what, forget everybody, and
Man,
I gotta go. Go ahead.
well, man, that whole day was just crazy. Like hearing that from my coach. I was in a different high school then, my freshman and sophomore years, but
Okay.
I heard that a lot from like my coaches and even like my teammates. Like just hearing like I heard that a lot, you know, and
Wow.
yeah, it was hard. It was a rough 2 years of my life, but that switch it really came. I would say probably like my second semester, my freshman year. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? It was yeah, I guess that switch just came then just to try and just block it all out and just see tunnel vision. And I yeah, and then I guess that's really when it came. But even still, like even when the switch did come, it was still hard because it was like a constant thing, and it
Hmm.
was like something like that happened like every other week, and it was just so it was still coming, but that switch probably came my second semester, my freshman year.
Like you said, when you flip that switch, right? You said I went to tunnel vision.
Hmm.
Again, for a youth to understand really what does that mean, tunnel vision, or you focus, what happened in your focus? Was it your discipline change? Was it,
Hmm.
you know look, I'm gonna get up and this time I'm in the gym and it don't matter what go on tomorrow, I'm in it. Like, what does that kind of mean for the kid that, again, that not kid but youth that is still, trying to figure it out?
Hmm.
I want a tunnel vision. I hear that. I hear focus, focus, focus. But what does that mean to you?
To me, I would say tunnel vision just means to block out like the outside opinion and
Gotcha.
really just focus. Like, cause personally, my tunnel vision, I was this as a youth, or I am a youth, but
Yeah,
my
no, no, no,
younger,
no. I get it. I get it.
I was like, I think that the whole generation really we care a little too much about what people think of us, and we put a lot of energy to what people think of us. And so
Hmm.
me, I was trying to fit in with different crowds and just listening to people's opinions. Really, the whole time I should have just been locked in on me and my goals. And so
Gotcha.
now, when I said locked in, I was listening to, of course, God. I really
Yeah.
dialed in on God, and then my parents. So I was just, I blocked out all the outside negative opinions and the negative things people were saying to me. So that's when I
Gotcha.
went tunnel vision, just locked in.
So, in a way, tunnel vision, like you said, locked in, but you really went inside because you stopped worrying about
Right.
everybody else and
Yeah.
what they had to say about you, and you really looked at yourself and said, "Okay, this is what Noah's going to
Hmm.
do." That's what's
Right.
up, man. That's what's up. So now let's fast forward a couple years before then is graduation time, and you're the salutatorian. You know, so you give this speech to bring forth the valedictorian. Now, when I heard the speech, like I said, I was kind of blown away. And before we get to the speech, did you kind of write this thing like right at the end when you found out, hey, you're the second smartest person in the school? Um, that's just a little something, but did you write it when you kind of got there and you knew, and then it was like, all right, let me write this down, or was these like journal things that as you were going through, you were writing
Mhm.
these things, and it was just like, wow, I got a stage to, you know, say what I need to
Mhm.
say. Like, how did that go?
Well, actually, I wrote an essay just about adversity like 2 years ago. And so it wasn't really in the format that it was in for my speech, but I just took like I would tell like my story like in this essay that I wrote about adversity. And I would go on like details about stuff I experienced and how I use adversity as like a building block. And so
Gotcha.
when I found out I was salutatorian, I just edited the essay in like a dear adversity format, like a letter in a sense, like to
Hmm.
adversity.
Like an
And so
open letter too.
right.
Hmm.
And so I edited this essay I wrote 2 years ago, and I put a few things in there, took some things out, and just and then delivered it in a speech way because I was putting a platform where I could I knew I could inspire people.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to be vulnerable and just give it out to the world.
And look at what you did. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. And that's why I wanted to know that, because I wanted you to even see that. Like that sophomore year, or that going into your junior year, that was around the same time where you said you wanted to put your foot down. And what you did through that pain, you start documenting that pain. And now, like you said, you're using that for inspiration for others. And we full
Right.
circle back right where we at, right? Right.
Exactly.
That's crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
That's crazy, man. It, like, you think about it. And that's just the alley oop to the next part. Now I'm teasing everybody with this speech that I was blown away with. So you got to drop it on this real quick. I know it wasn't that long, so go ahead, if you can, if you know got it with you. Can you share that with us for some inspo?
Yeah. So I kind of edited it a little bit, so it's more like in a conversational tone. But if you want me to, I can give like the full exactly how it was. I'm gonna do it that
Hey
way.
man, whatever you flow with, we gonna listen, because we sitting here. I'm just want to be inspired for a moment.
Pull it up. Okay.
All right,
This is the little edited version.
all right.
Yeah, let's go.
This is edited for y'all, the Trip Talk Tech fans. Just for y'all, we got the premium version. We
Yes,
ready,
sir.
baby. You got it.
When I first encountered adversity, I hated it. Adversity made me feel so alone that I would cry at night because adversity is a challenge. So ever since the seventh grade, I've always been told how I want to be successful, and I've always been counted out. And there were times when my peers, even my own coaches, would tell me how I wouldn't be good enough to play basketball at the next level. There was one time trip where adversity really challenged me. In ninth grade, during a practice, I wasn't playing very well. I was missing shots, turning the ball over, and getting beat on defense. And then all of a sudden, my coach looks dead at me and says, Noah, why are you still playing basketball? We don't need you here. You could quit today and it wouldn't make a difference. Instantly, all my teammates, they turned towards me, trying to hide their laughs and their smiles. And I remember just feeling so small in that moment. I felt like an ant among giants. And my coach was so frustrated that he told everyone to get dressed and go home. So as I'm walking to the locker room, obviously defeated, one of the seniors who I looked up to, he bashed me in front of the whole JV and freshman team. This senior said, "You can work as hard as you want, but you'll never be good. You'll never play in college, so you're wasting your time." As soon as he said this, the entire locker room busted out laughing while I sat there trying to hide my tears. I was verbally bullied by the ones I looked up to throughout my entire freshman and sophomore year on many occasions. Adversity really tried to break me. However, that night, I got on my knees and prayed. I remember praying for a chance to prove them all wrong. I prayed for the courage and hope that my coaching teammates took away from me. This moment of adversity was all about God's design, though. I'm a firm believer in that everything happens for a reason, all happens to God's plan. And God knew how to motivate me and knew that moments like these were getting me ready for the purpose He has for me. So, since this encounter, I've experienced many more moments of adversity. However, through adversity, I was taught a few lessons. The first thing I learned was the value of a support system like my parents. Because no matter what adversity would tell me, my parents always believed in me. The second thing I learned was the value in being different. There were times where I tried to fit in with crowds just so I wouldn't feel alone. But through adversity, I learned to embrace being different. Even now, with this generation, a lot of people aren't even comfortable with being themselves because they're scared to look different. But I believe that being different is what you should take pride, which what you should pride yourself in. I even go by the nickname Different Breed Noah because I want to show others that it's okay to be looked at as different. I was also taught the value of hard work. Without without adversity, without adversity, I wouldn't have pushed myself as hard as I do now. It was hard to believe in myself back then and feel motivated because my coaches and teammates always talked down to me. Yet I would be the first one to practice and the last one to leave. There was a period where I would even skip lunch and stay after our athletic period just so I can get up extra shots and get extra work in. And even now, I'm in the gym every day, constantly working and pushing myself just so I can be the best version of myself. Without hard work, I want to be the salutatorian that I was this year. The biggest and last thing that adversity taught me was the importance of prayer. I spent many nights praying to God because adversity made me quit and give up at times. Adversity is not a means to destroy you. God uses adversity to build us up and actually make us stronger. It's important we learn to welcome and embrace adversity because without it, we wouldn't be able to see God's true design and purpose coming to fruition. So, the one thing that I would tell the viewers watching is that God knows what we can and cannot handle. So, don't fear obstacles or adversity. Instead, learn to embrace and welcome adversity. That's the end.
Bars. Ah, all right, cool. I told y'all it was gonna be dope. So, based on what you know about adversity now, because it sounds like you're very versed right now and got some experience in adversity, what would you tell the youth out there that feel stuck or feel like their circumstances are much bigger than what they can come out of? Because again, you had a tough wall to climb. You know, if I wanted to be a Division 1 player and a coach himself is saying you can't do it, it's kind of hard to get on that court. Or whatever the dream may be. What can you tell that kid that gets up against adversity and says, "Man, I love that poem. I wish I had that same courage." You know, what would you tell him?
I would tell them that um, really just God knows what we can and can't handle. You know, if God knew that we couldn't handle it, He would never even gave us the challenge in the first place. And so I believe that God will use adversity just to make us stronger and to build us up so we can hit that next level. And so if you're embracing or if you're seeing adversity, just
Mhm.
learn to really just take it on and just learn from it and build from it. Just get through that wall. Once you're past that wall, it's up from there.
My
So just
God.
put your head down and just get through adversity.
Man, spoken like a true champ. Couple more questions and I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. You got the juice now. You the man. You graduated, you got that scholarship, you're gonna you get your chance next year to prove who you are at another level.
Mhm.
You know what they say, new levels, new devils, and that's not a problem. That's
Right.
just more about the challenge. But
Hmm.
you got that juice now. I want you to look in that camera. And I know you just gave us some advice on adversity, but I'm opening this up to anything you want to give advice on that you know now, your experience. You got some hair behind your ears. Tell a youth that just like you needed 4 years ago, you needed some inspiration, you needed some help to get you over the hump. Give somebody something to get them over the hump.
Um, I would just say, don't be afraid to be yourself, and don't be afraid to be different. Cause me, like I got pink hair. You know what I'm saying? So I fully embrace being different. And so I would just say, don't don't really pay too much mind to what somebody else's opinion is of you. You know what I'm saying? And I would just really just try and put your head down. If you have a dream, go and chase it. And if people like me, when I was in the gym, when I was sneaking in the gym, and I would be in there early before everybody else was, and I would stay after practice and put in more work. People
Mhm,
looked at me like I was a fool. Like they looked at me like I was dumb. Like it was pointless. You know, and I was looked at as very different.
mhm.
And I would just say that I just I just paid it no mind, and I just really just embraced my dream, my goals, and I was okay with being myself, and I was okay with being looked at as dumb. But now the same ones who looked at me and thought I was dumb, they're not where I'm at right now. So
Wow.
I would just say that all the hard work and me looking quote unquote foolish to them, it really paid off. So I would just say, just don't fear being looked at differently, and just embrace it. And if you have a goal, go and chase it.
Man, that's dope, man. That's real. That's real life. I mean, same thing for me. I got the hair and all of that stuff, the braids. I'm an old man, but I work in IT. So this is not the look of an IT manager or director,
Mm,
supposedly. And yeah,
right.
it's gonna make some people uncomfortable, and it might make you help you to lose a job or two because it's not what they want, and that's fine. It's not your fit. So
Right.
I think exactly what she's saying. Learn to be yourself, and you'll attract the things that are for you in this lifetime. So that's definitely great advice, man. Spoken like a wise man. I knew it. See, you got the juice now, man. I knew it. I knew it. You know what I mean? I get it. I heard the speech. I already know where you at with it.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, little bro. What's next, man? I know you are excited to go get on campus. I know you're
Mhm.
about to leave soon here. Get to work because you sound like you're ready to. I know your work ethic is there. But what's your
Yes,
next
sir.
set of goals, man? 4 years, you predicted
Mhm.
some heavy stuff. So I got to put you in that same situation and give you something to shoot for, bro.
Man, the goal is right now I leave for school on August 15th. But
Mhm.
my goals is for the season, for the next couple years of my college career. I want to be one of the best players to come through New Orleans. I want to be a leader. I want to be a role model and just continue to motivate others. And eventually, I want to make it go pro. So I'm working for that dream. I want to be one of the best players to come through New Orleans. So that's what I'm shooting for.
Ashe, Smoted B is in place, baby. You got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
look, man. Now I gotta ask you. Now, this is the most important question of the interview. We ask all our guests this. It's important.
Mhm.
Favorite pancakes of all times, man.
My favorite pancakes.
No, favorite pair of kicks. See, that's my bad
Oh,
Baltimore accent.
pair of kicks, pair of kicks. Ah, man, my favorite pair of kicks are probably Kyrie fours.
Kyrie Force, that's a
I like,
first.
yeah,
That's what's
I
up.
like,
Okay.
I like to hoop in my Kyrie fours.
Well,
Uh,
any specific colorway or
I'll probably say either the Lucky Charms
the Lucky Charms?
or yeah, Lucky Charms or the dang. I'll probably say the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I got both the pair,
Uh,
so yeah,
look, he had the laces. I got both of them. So cool. All right, I
got
feel
both
you.
of
I feel you. I feel you. See,
them.
that's a good question, right? That make you sit
Oh
back and
yeah,
like, because
I had to think about it a little bit.
hey, look, I know all
Yeah,
y'all hoopers. Y'all done wore about 80 million pairs. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I know that ain't no easy question there.
nah, for real.
Hey man, hey Noah, I want to thank you again, really, 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 for just being so open and transparent and sharing your story. Paying it forward. Again, you're basically, and again, that's why I had you on the show. You are what Trip Talk Tech is trying to embody, using the community to highlight the ones that are doing the things that should be praised, and then again to help the ones coming up to say, "Hey, I know Noah. I know my cousin know him, and I know him. And when I see him in
Mhm.
New Orleans, and when you play there, to understand your story, to understand nobody gave you not a thing, and to help that other person realize, behind the pictures, behind this is somebody that's really
Right,
working and that's went through the same struggles you going through, and you can come out of it. So with that inspiration, man, just say thanks, man. And also doing that type of work, you can never not be successful. So just
right,
remember that, Noah. Just as you pay it forward, you can never not be successful. It might not always come out how we see success should be, but you'll always be blessed, man. And one piece of advice I can give you as an old man that had a kid go through the same process and interview a lot of pros and college basketball players, the biggest thing I've learned, that hump to get over from high school to college that freshman year, attention to detail. Pay
mhm.
attention to detail. I know you could probably bust everybody tail in the gym. You could probably outshoot everybody in the gym. It doesn't matter. It's the attention to detail. Just pay attention to what coach is asking you to do. And I guarantee you be on that floor, man. I'm gonna try to
Yes,
get down and
sir.
check you out, bro.
Of
I'm gonna
course, let me
definitely do that.
know.
I'm gonna definitely try to get down there this year just to catch you in person and just dap you up a little bit. See how you doing, man.
Yeah, got to go get some food or something. Got to. That'd be
Definitely,
dope.
definitely, definitely, man. Hey, again, I appreciate you reaching out. Thank you for coming on the show. It's Trip Talk
Yes,
Tech,
sir.
y'all.